Hey everyone, what's up? Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV. Here we are in episode 88. You might notice my voice does sound a little bit different. I'm using the wifey's headset microphone because mine broke, which sucks because I actually fixed it. It was working for a little bit and then it stopped. So the parts I ordered to resolder on and everything was for a waste. But I'll be picking up a new one fairly soon, so just bear with me. I know it's not that bad, but it's just, it is what it is. So we'll go ahead and get right on to it. Aim Infidia. In memory of Moonbreda. Oh yeah, that's right, she died. As Moonbreda was a native of Cherlin, I feel it is only fitting that we gather before the Mark of the Scholar. Are you familiar with the stone? It is a monument found at Roshef and is sacred to Thalak, guardian deity of the City of Learning. There shall we pray for our dear friend's soul and bid her a peaceful return to the light of the Moon Mother Crystal. Okay, we go where now? South. Okay. There's no teleport, so we're just gonna have to fly down there. And once again, I start this without cleaning my glasses, so everything is blurry. Yay! I think we're going to go ahead and stick with our summoner for just a little while. Like I said, I don't want to level the bard up all the way to 60 and then breeze through the next expansion. That won't be really any fun now, will it? Which we're almost there. Ah, crap. Can't go there. Okay, this way, this way. There we go. Alright, so we gotta go due south. Alright, should be right down. Ah, crap, I think I screwed up. Yep, I think I screwed up. Ah, here we go. Yeah, so it was below. Make sure we get Carbuncle summoned. Alright, so it should be right up here. Alrighty. Ah, there we go. And of course, the crazy cat wants to claw my chair.
Forgive me, Moonbreeder. Had I been quicker or wiser. But I was not, and you paid the price. But you would not suffer us to wallow in our sorrow, would you? You would tell us to pick ourselves up and get on with it. And so we shall. We shall defend this realm and her people to the last.
Life for death, a fair exchange. Other bargains will be struck.
I'm so sorry, everybody, if you heard the cat meowing in the background. He's got his zoom zooms going on right now, and I can't do anything about it. I put him in the bathroom, and then he'll cry and cry and cry and cry and cry, so I just let him out. So if you hear a couple deep meows, it's just him going crazy. Oh, how do I get back in here? There we go. Fly through the window, that's what I always say. Guess we're going back in here. So we have said our farewells. The pall of sadness has diminished, but little forgive me as antecedent. It is my job to be the pillar of strength for all others to lean upon. Yet I also believe the grief we feel now is precious in its own way, and not to be lightly swept aside. Do you not agree, Kiara? As if a dagger has been thrust into my, well, I guess I could say it, breast. Not a bad word. But 'tis a pain we must learn to bear if we are to forge ahead with our duty. The battles we have fought have taken the lives of so many. Louisoix, Moonbreda, our fellows at the Walking Sands. Their spirit and dedication to our cause, however, will not be lost as long as we rise to fight once more. I hardly need to remind you of this, of course. 'Tis for my own benefit that I repeat these words. A what the hell? A reaffirmation of mine to choose, of mine own chosen path. If I do not rebuild the foundation of my resolve, I am like to collapse in a fit of weeping. My apologies again, Kiara. There is no other whom I could display such weakness. You are my pillar of strength, and I fear I shall have need of your steadfast presence in the days to come. Aw, that was sad. Mask of Grief. Have you a moment, Kiara? I believe Ida wished a word with you. I should consider it a personal favor if you'd lend a sympathetic ear to her troubles. She has not been herself since Moonbreda's passing, and my heart aches to see her so downcast. Okay. Speak with Ida. Where's Ida? Where is she? Where's she at? I don't know. Where Ida? She over here? Yeah, there she is. Uh-huh. Hey, it's Kiara. Great. Oh, it's no use. I'm trying to stay positive, but it's just hard, you know. The thing is, I know Moen would tell me off if she saw me moping around like this. Which is why I decided to cheer myself up by getting her a special flower. I placed an order for a moon daisy with Fiona a little while ago, and it's ready to be picked up. Trouble is, I'd find Rowena is a bit difficult at the best of times, and, well, this isn't one of them. I know it's silly, but I can't just face it at the moment. So I was wondering, do you think maybe you could collect it for me? I have the coin to pay for the flower right here. Thank you so much. I'll be waiting for you and the daisy at Rathfrost. Wraithfrost, Ratherfrost, something Frost. Frosty Prosperous Frost. Alright. We're going right outside, it seems. This way. Oh, speaking of the wifey boo, she is also now playing Final Fantasy XIV. She's loving it. Although she has to, even though it's on the PC, just due to lack of room, she has to play on a controller, and she's not really that good at keyboard and mouse. So, yeah. I've been trying to show her how to cycle through all the hotbars and everything on the controller. Versus me having a, 12-button mouse with a modifier. 24 buttons at my fingertip is a little bit rather easier. Oh, gotta go in here, and in here, and Rowena. What can I do for you today, adventurer? Eldritch tricking the trade? Oh, trinkets. Eh, they've got you running errands now. Them scions really know how to make the most of your talents, don't they? Adding the savior of Erosia to the bleeding market. Fine use of your time, that is. Seriously though, you best learn how to say no, or they'll have you mucking out chocobo stables next. Anyway, what was it you were here to pick up? The moon daisy, was it? Here then, take it. Tell Ida, lass, I've got a wide selection of hardware in stock if she decides to replace that downy old mask of hers. God knows she needs to. Okay. Oh, I gotta go all the way down there again? Alright, I guess this time we'll just follow the path. Yeah, I'm going the right way. Okay. Ugh, Rowena can be so annoying. She just will not take no for an answer. Every time I visit her, she insists I replace my visor with something more fashionable. And when I tell her I like it just fine the way it is, she says it again, and then again, and then again. It drives me crazy. What I meant to say is I really appreciate you doing this for me. So anyway, let's see it. Moonbrita loved these things, you know. I hope that somewhere, somehow, she knows I'm still thinking of her.
I'll never forget you, Moon. None of us will.
The song riseth to a crescendo.
Is that what I think it is?
Hello, can you hear me? We have received grave tidings from Ishgard. Pray return to the Rising Stones at once.
I'll just teleport. Can't be asked to fly all the way back. Hey, Alphanutty. My apologies for the interruption. I was deeply saddened to learn of Moonbreeda's passing. Her loss will be sorely felt. Alas, recent developments in Ishgard leaves us little time to mourn. The envoy from Korthus will soon arrive, and we must hasten to hear her report. Defenders of Ishgard. The envoy is here. I thank you for receiving me at such short notice. Time is of the essence, so I will forego the usual pleasantries if I may. Certainly, you come with news of the Dravarians. Aye, the dragons have begun their attack in earnest. The first wave reached the Central Highlands a short while ago. The battle was joined soon thereafter. Sir Ermac himself sailed forth with a contingent of temple knights and several companies of the noble house finest. Though the beasts were ultimately forced into retreat, our victory, if such it may be called, came at a cost of many of our own. Too many. We will not withstand a second wave should the Dravanians renew their assault. You paint a grim picture, my lady. It is reinforcements you seek, then? We do. Though it pricks our pride, it is plain we cannot protect Ishgard with our ranks thus thinned out by the Horde. Sir Ermac would meet with you to discuss the possibility of enlisting your aid. Very well. I shall depart for Korthus at once. I must warn you, however, that the involvement of the Crystal Bearers is by no means assured. Our commitment to quelling the unrest in Ul'dah must take precedence. It is with such a contagious in mind that I must make another request. The Scions of the Seventh Dawn are known for sharing close ties with all three of the grand companies of Erosia. Would you consent to plead our case to their leaders? Though I will gladly appeal to the grand companies on your behalf, I dare not promise a favorable reply. You need say no more. Considering our past dealings with the Erosian Alliance, I can well imagine how our plea will be received. But the fate of Ishgard hangs in the balance. We must explore every avenue still open to us, no matter how unpromising. I see. Very well. I shall send envoys to the allied nations and have them present your request directly to the heads of the grand companies. In the event that your plea receives a favorable answer, know that any support is certain to be conditional. Demands will be made of Ishgard. That is only to be expected. Rest assured that I speak with Sir Amag's authority in this matter, and that our actions are fully sanctioned by the Holy See. Which brings me to my final request, a personal appeal to you, Warrior of Light. The Lord Commander much desires to speak with you regardless of your fellow's involvement. You faced Midgårdssommar and survived. Anything you can share of your experience may yield us an advantage over our foe. Thank you. You wear the mantle of hero well. It would seem the road led us both to Camp Dragonflight. Seek me out when you arrive, Kiara.
The sons must answer for their father's misdeeds. Only then will the cycle be broken. Brothers and sisters of the heavens, we raise our voices and join you in the chorus. The sinner's feeble magics are undone. Come, claim your retribution.
Seems I was the swifter, Kiara. You two, however, have arrived with time to spare, for our host has yet to make an appearance. The murmurings about camp tell of some manner of trouble at the gates of judgment. In the Lord Commander's absence, I suggest we pay a visit and find out what is afoot. Okay. Gates of Judgment. The Gates of Judgment are much more than mere doors. They are the outermost layer of Ishgard's magical wards. If our first line of defense can so easily be can be so easily shattered. When I laid eyes upon Lady Isar, I felt the marrow freeze within my bones. Heretic scum! How dare they meddle with our divine protections? I shall rid our nation of this blasphemy, even if it means cutting them down one by one. We need not feel over much. We need not fret over much. There are yet several layers of arcane protection that shield the city from invasion. Mother will be fine. Okay. It would seem the heretics struck the first and most telling blow against Ishtar. Scions, we expected you at Camp Dragonhead. My apologies. We chanced to hear that there had been trouble at the gates. I thought it'd be prudent to investigate the cause. Then you have learned of the heretics' treachery. Lady Isar led a force of her followers against our defenders, and came close enough to dispel the first of our wards. But let us speak more of this back at camp. Sir Aramek waits you. A whim's roar. Lady Isar has grown bold indeed if she would risk direct action against the city. Come, let us do as we were bid, and return to Camp Dragonhead. Lord Hashfen will know what Sir Aramek means to receive us. It is reassuring indeed to behold the countenance of a friend when one's homeland hears of on the very brink of disaster. God, I can never read these things. Though a single misstep could send us plunging into the abyss, your heroic presence strokes the flame of courage within my heart. Ah, but you did not come to Dragonhead to listen to my prattling. The Lord Commander has arrived and would treat you well with the Intercary. Greetings, madam. Shall I show you inside? Yes. Oh, there's Amric. I thank you for coming with such haste, and apologize for my absence. Suffice it to say, Lady Isar and her heretics have much to answer for. Yes, we are, but recently returned from the gates of judgment ourselves. Given the circumstances, we quite understand if you would prefer to postpone our appointed audience. On the contrary, Mr. Alphanod, I think it more important than ever that this meeting takes place. Rest assured, I shall return to my post on Ishgard's wall the moment the business is concluded. Before we move on to the subject of reinforcements, however, I would introduce you to a close friend of the stalwart ally, Estine. Estinian or something. Dragoon. May I present to you Ishgar's Azure Dragoon. An impressive title, though I confess I know precious little of the Order of the Dragoons. They are formidable warriors all, yet even among such masters of the lance, Ithane is without equal. He, out of all the warriors of Ishgar, has chosen to wield the power of the dragons, and may thus contend with any Dravarian. You flatter me overmuch, Lord Commander. So, you are the adventurer whom they spoke. I see why my blood fair sang in anticipation of our meeting. Well, now that we've all been introduced, let us proceed to the matter at hand. I will share you with what we have learned of Iceheart's design, as confessed by the heretics taken captive after the assault on the gates. It would seem Lady Iceheart and the Dravarians share a common goal: the reclamation of Ithgog's stolen eye. Nighthawk, one of the 7 great worms? His name features prominently in your nation's history. Though once defeated by the hero Haldrath, the beast is said to have terrorized Korthus since Ishgard's founding. Aye, many are scars out walls bear from Nidhogg's relentless efforts to raise the city. The trophy Haldrath picked from the beast worm's skull, known simply as the Eye, is a treasured relic of Ishgard's, and once possessed of untold power. Should I ever be returned to Nighthawk, the dead creature would be restored to the height of its strength, and then no wall or ward would be strong enough to deny him. My vengeful son hath waged war against Ishgard for 1,000 years. No mortal mind could comprehend the depths of his rancor. The eye itself is secreted deep within the vault. It is kept under heavy guard, surrounded at all times by men and women who have proven the loyalty to the Holy See. But though stout walls and sharp blades may suffice to discourage the heretics, the dragons are another matter. There are individuals within the Dravanian horde whom an entire company of knights would labor to repel, to say nothing of Nighthawk himself. Nor does age rob them of their strength. Through the endless march of the years, the dragons endure, patient, calculating, inexorable. You must understand, these creatures do not share a perception of time. And that is especially true for the great worms. They who spend centuries in slumber only to wake and resume their campaigns as if mere hours had passed. It has been 20 years since Nidhogg's last darkened our skies. 20 years for him to gather his strength and for us to bolster our defense. And now, just as he seems poised to return, the heretics strike at the gates. You believe that Lady Iceheart is in league with this creature, then? Of that we cannot be certain, though we know the heretics covered the Eye. We have been unable to determine their plans for it. Such questions aside, we must needs address the ragged hole their mistress has seen fit to rend in Ishgard's protections. It is a weakness the Dravanians are not like to leave untested. So it would seem you have described your plight in admirable detail, Lord Commander. Yet I cannot help but wonder at your candor. Why share such sensitive information with us? I shall speak plain. Ishgard has need of allies, and I would have you bolster our front lines in readiness for the coming battle against the dragons. This much I expected, unlike an arrangement concerning the keeper of the lake. However, only you stand to benefit from our assistance in this matter. I fail to see why we should intervene in a conflict which concerns only Ishgard and Dravania. When the Erosian Alliance requested Ishgar's assistance during Operation Archon, you refused us. Does it not seem glossy unjust to demand that we now risk our lives in your private war? I make no attempt to defend my country's conduct. I only ask that you consider what would follow were Ishgard to fall. Having razed our city to the ground, the Horde would have little cause to linger, and most would return to the lairs of Dravania. Soon thereafter, the ruins of Korthis would be burned in snow. Well, buried in snow, and the land would become the sole province of beasts and beastmen. Until the Garlenians arrive, that is. For you may be certain that the Empire would not hesitate to claim Korthis. They would not even have to draw steel. An Imperial presence sharing a border with Mordorna. 7 hells. Ahem. Very well. We will assist in repelling the dragons. The roar of a great wind may be shaking the pyramid, but we of Eorzea will not abandon our Ishgardian brothers to face the coming horde alone. Nor did I ever think you would. Now, upon the matter of the roar. Allow me, Sir Emeric. Through the power of the Eye, I have become the vessel of Nidhogg's strength. His essence has stolen into my very blood. Fear not. I am in full control of my facilities, I assure you, and the Eye itself is of no relevance to this tale. It is not essential that I bear it with me, wheresoever I go. Its lingering influence does, however, allow me to hear Nidhogg's voice. And the worm who roared was Nidhogg, aye. He means to hurl this horde against Danafin's collar, and shatter the remaining wards that protect the city. There can be no doubt the worm has summoned his minions to war. Though the circumstances are far from ideal, this desperate endeavor will at least provide us an opportunity to bring the sister states of Eorzea together in common cause. Sir Emeric was more ruthless in his negotiations than I had anticipated. I suppose one must give no quarter when one's home is at stake. But did you see the look on his face when he formally requested our assistance? Though the Lord Commander has long campaigned for Ishgard to open its gates to outsiders, I suspect this softening of the Holy See's attitude towards foreign cooperation comes as something of a bittersweet victory. Days ahead promise to be interesting indeed. Alright, buddy, I'm going to go ahead and end it here. Thank you all so much for watching. As always, please be sure to drop a like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter at ShibbyWowsGaming. I follow all followers back. And also don't forget to check out our Facebook group. Link is in the description below. So with that being said, I will see you all in the next one.